I'm Gallon Havoc, and when I play Death Stranding, I'm gonna greet it like an old friend. An old friend. An old friend. Oh boy. What up, everyone? I am Gallon Havoc, and I am back with the mother of all reviews. Seriously, the review to end all reviews. And the whole world as we know it. That's right, we are reviewing the spectacle, the enigma, wrapped in the conundrum, that left us scratching our heads by the end of it. Death Stranding. Now, I've been excited for the game since its first announcement way back in 2016. Because just before that, Kojima had cut ties with his former employer, Konami. Konami! So then Sony picked him and Kojima Productions up and said, go nuts. That's right, this is Kojima unhinged. Metal Gear is now a thing of the past. As of Metal Gear Survive. No! And now we have this brand new beast that is said to be an entirely new sub-genre of the action genre. But it got gamers, myself included, very curious and very, very hyped. The game was mostly kept in the shadows, biding its time, slowly creeping up to us with a teaser trailer here and there. That was what had most people intrigued the most. And then we got the release date trailer and the hype went into overdrive. We finally got shown more and more of what the game really was. And the final result? A delivery man game. That's all it is to the majority of people. But to people who actually experience it, who actually sit through it, deliver the packages, however ridiculous the order, it has so much more to offer. Now, it didn't get received well by everyone. At all. Many a reviewer and gamer toured a new one, but that's their opinion. This is mine. Honestly, folks, I love the game. I really, really do. Now, I know some of you are like, oh, you're a Kojima fanboy. The only reason you like this game is because it has Kojima's name attached to it. Blah, 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 blah. And you wanna know what? You're absolutely right. I am a Kojima fan, and I am one of many. And yes, Kojima played a very dangerous hand making the game. It is definitely not for everyone. But to those of you who enjoy a very complicated, very compelling, very thorough cinematic experience, this one's for you. I've noticed the biggest criticism the game gets is it's very boring. I will agree that some of the delivery segments can be very, very dull, but then you actually get into the meat of the game and it takes that aspect and elevates it a whole lot, adding elements onto it that make it a very riveting experience, especially when taking into account the asynchronous multiplayer. So with that, let's get into the gameplay. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, played by the well-renowned Norman Reedus, who people totally remember from Blade 2 and the Boondock Saints. What's that? He was in something other than The Walking Dead? Sam, as his name implies, is a porter, a courier who helps deliver packages across the post-apocalyptic USA, following an event called the Death Stranding, which literally means dead things crossed over into the land of the living where they became something known as BTs. Ghostly, creepy, inky creatures that cause what are called void-outs if they come into contact with living people or creatures. Sam has to navigate through them using what's called a BB, or a bridge baby, who helps him detect where the BTs are. BB is a premature fetus kept in a pod that attaches to Sam's chest, and it connects to a still mother, a deceased mother of the fetus, who connects it to the other side. The still mother is brain dead. Hence, the connection to the world of the dead. So yes, the bulk of the game is delivery and stealth. But wait, there's more. Contrary to popular belief, the game does have quite a bit of combat. When BTs catch you, they drag you through the tar they conjure to a much bigger BT called a catcher. A catcher takes the form of either a squid with a lot of tentacles, a dolphin with tentacles, a lion with tentacles, and the biggest of them all, a whale with demonic flesh and tentacles. And that last one is straight up terrifying, let me tell you. Catchers act as a kind of mini boss battle. You have two options: get out of the large area of tar, or stay and fight them using weapons made of your own bodily fluids. Blood, urine, and excrement. That's original. There is a third option, death, but you don't want to do that. If you die while fighting a catcher, it causes what's called a void out, a massive nuke. That's essentially like a black hole that leaves a massive crater on the map that's semi-permanent until timefall, which is the rain that causes things to age rapidly. However, death is not the end. Death Stranding does an actually very unique take on death. Sam is what's called a repatriate, someone who can resurrect after dying when they find their soul in what's called the Seam, which is like an underwater realm. It's all very, very weird, but I love it. There are human enemies too, and like the Metal Gear games of old, killing is not encouraged. Shooter players are writhing in agony. But still, it is so satisfying to beat the crap out of someone, especially when you're holding a briefcase. It's the little things, you know? Now, while the delivery mechanic can be very tedious and repetitive, the routes you can take are entirely yours to make. That rhymed, don't hate to play, hit the game bars. Tyro Magnus. With or without the help of other players, you're offered a wide array of equipment to use to traverse from point A to point B, such as vehicles, like a reverse trike or a truck, which makes bulky deliveries that much more smoother, as long as you're not going on too heavy terrain. You can also build zip lines that get you to your objective very, very quickly. You're also given the ability to build roads and bridges for your vehicles to get over that pesky terrain a lot smoother as well. You can even deliver pizza.
Pizza time.
Best game ever. It's the little things. But no, this game by any means is not the best ever. But if you look beneath the surface and actually get into it, it's a lot more than just a walking simulator. So with gameplay out of the way, it's story time. Now for this review, I'm not going to go too heavy into the story like my past reviews. Mostly because A, I don't want to spoil the game, and B, you thought my Metal Gear Solid 5 review was long. You got another thing coming, which is both a blessing and a curse. It's good because it gives you plenty of story to experience, being very complicated and very compelling. Shut up, Kojima haters! It's bad because shit can get very confusing until you get to the end where things come together very, very well. And to those of you who pay attention, it is quite a good story. And in classic Kojima fashion, there is many a twist and turn. Kojima loves to make you question what's real and what's not. This is very much a psycho thriller just as much as it is a video game. Maybe even more so. And by the end of it all comes together and you truly feel like you've appreciated something. With all the twists coming to fruition, you completing your mission, all in all, a very, very satisfying conclusion to a very tedious, long game. But like I said, for the sake of spoilers, I will not delve any further. Should I do a spoiler review? Maybe. It's the kind of thing I feel like everyone should experience for themselves. Not to mention the length, which would very well make this my longest video. Anyway guys, Death Stranding was very much worth the wait. For me. It truly felt like something new, something fresh, a brand new take on the action genre. Which in large part is probably the reason why it got such polarizing reviews, because on one hand, people thought, oh, it was going to be an action game, and we feel so betrayed. On the other hand, you have people who actually acknowledge that it's something new and actually paid attention to the trailers. That's right, I said it. It was indeed a very slow burn, but once you got into the swing of it, it truly felt refreshing and very, very thorough as well. It was a very nice change, I'm not gonna lie. It was nice to take a break from killing things left, right, and center. Even though the deliveries could be very long, sometimes unnecessary, but something new. But when the multiplayer actually kicks in, it is nowhere near as bothersome. It really felt you were connecting with the world, on a global scale even. And I know there are many people who will say it's a walking simulator, it's a delivery simulator, it's bad, it's trash, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. That's your opinion. This is mine. Stick with it. Change your mind? Great. You don't? Great. That's all you. I don't want to get too, what do you call it? Stingy? Stingy on the topic? But I will say Death Stranding does not deserve a lot of the hate it gets. In a world oversaturated by action games, this is a very, very nice change of pace. It was meant to be a brand new AAA grade Kojima cinematic experience. Ambitious? Yes. Well received by everyone? No. But that, like everything else, is based on opinion. I've heard Death Stranding being compared to a piece of fine art, which personally is a very good way of putting it. It's not for everyone. Some might see scribbles, some might see a more psychedelic value, some might even take it really, really personal. Because like all art, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And to fans of psychological horror, post-apocalyptic sci-fi, Kojima-created gimmicks, it delivers on all fronts. Like I said, I was going to greet it like an old friend, and I did, and then some. So altogether, I am giving Death Stranding a gallant rating of 3.5 out of 5. I would say I prefer Metal Gear Solid 5 a little bit more, but this was a triumphant return for Kojima, and a very welcome ambition. I am Gallant Havoc, and I will see you all later. Hey guys, hope you liked the video. Let me know how you feel about this new route I'm going with the whole shorter story, no spoilers segment. I don't know, for quality control, I guess. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to like, leave a comment if you like, and subscribe.